Seems legit.
Hello Legitimates, welcome back. Today me and Slayer are having a bit of a play and I thought I would start with a fun little project, super fast, super awesome, custom coat hangers. Um, so you can do the obvious bride and groom and wedding party, but that limits you to only wedding people. Whereas if you do fun things like the little black dress, this was really quick. It took 2 minutes to laser engrave, maybe not even 5 minutes to set up. I will show you how I set it up and how I line it up so it's in the middle. I'm obsessed with this laser because I can finally get things lined up. I also got coat hangers where this can twist because different people like to put their coat hangers in different ways. So if you got solid ones, you may want to laser both sides so that people can pop it in whichever way they prefer. But let's go.
Okay, so my volume did not work terribly well, so I've had to do a voice over for this, so just bear with me. I have sped it up. The first thing you want to do is turn your machine on and hit connect. I have set it up so it is Wi-Fi connected, which means I don't have to sit close enough to have the cord plugged in, which I find super convenient. And now we're just going to type out what we want. You need to hit the T for text and then type whatever you want. After I did this, I then decided I want a different font for LBD and Little Black Dress. So I'm going to delete that out and then pick a font. I'm just going to type LBD. So now they're separate and I can pick what fonts we want to choose. I have downloaded a bunch of fonts from dafont.com, like hundreds. It's nice to have options, but you can get caught up with too many options, so keep that in mind. It takes me a minute to figure out what I want. I did not pre-plan this. I literally got a coat hanger and went, oh, let's do a video. So it just takes me a second to find it. You also need to change it to engrave and not score. Now, what I'm about to pick for these, the little black dress, I actually could have picked score because I'm picking such a fine, delicate font. As you can see there, that would have worked out really well if we had have just scored. But in this video, I do it as an engrave, which is fine. So now we just want to line them up. See how it's all dainty and beautiful? You can see there's a bit of a gap in score. I did consider doing it, but all I'm saying is that you could score it because it would just be that little bit quicker to finish off the project, even though this only took 2 minutes. We're going to open up the machine. I've got the tray at the highest setting. I'm taking out something I was planning on doing before this video as well, little necklace that I'm going to do. And I'm just going to pop it in and then we drag the machine over. Now this machine is designed to be dragged, so don't feel bad about doing it, but I'm going to set it up in the middle so that I can test the height.
Distance. Because we need to know if it's fine sitting on the plate. That's going to move to the corner, reset itself. So the height is now set. Now we want to go to start marking. And we're going to pick polygon. Start marking. So I'm going to start in the center point here. Mark. And we're going to go down. I don't know if we're going to get enough points. Straight up. Center top. And you can tell the center because it's got the joint. And that is now the shape. So you can do a whole bunch of points. That's 6. You probably could have done a lot more if you cared about the curve. But let's go end marking on done. And so now that we've got our shape, we want to take our words, bring them in, and then shrink them to fit the space. It's just still a little tiny bit too big. This is the center point here. So we want to try and get that center point with that center point, like that. There to there. So even if we see, because these angles are out on a different way, so technically that'll come out more
that way and then down. It just depends on how you mark it. So we can do the marking again to make a little bit more sense. So we're going to start at the bottom, work our way down, up. You can do a whole bunch of points along here. Then the up, side, you want to go in line with that, and then across. And again, I went too low the other way, but that is a much better representation of what we've got going on. So now because I know that, I can actually make it that little bit bigger. Line it up in the center of those points like that. We're going to put the lid down. And then we need to easy set panel. If we click off everything, we can go, this only works if you click on nothing. If you've highlighted stuff, you can like change it. But if you click off, we can go to wood. I'm just going to type in wood and see what happens. Alright, and then we get different types of wood. So I'm going to pick, it doesn't matter what ply, I'm actually going to pick the chunk of wood because that's pretty much what we're doing. And I'm just going to leave them as those settings. We are going to engrave, so it's power 40%, speed 150 at one pass. That will just make a very light engraving. If you want to do a bigger engraving, you can come here and it should have, picture should come up, and you can change the settings here for what you want. So I'm thinking maybe just a little bit darker. I'm thinking maybe this one. Just let's see how it's just a little bit darker. So let's pick that. Process. It's going to think about it. It takes a little bit longer to think when it's Wi-Fi than when it's plugged directly in. So just give it a sec for that. Okay, little black dress. I'm making sure that everything's spelt right. Just because, you know, I type better. Well, I type worse than I can spell. It will also give us a runtime. So it's only going to take 2 minutes. I have sped this up to only 4 times as fast, just so that you can see kind of better what's going on. It also, you can see the machine flashes with a green light to tell you that everything is all good. But it really did not take very long at all. Look at that. It looks amazing. Shut that lid. It's not super deep, but it's dark enough, and then you would just wipe over it with a cloth, which I have here. Let me just grab it. You can rub off any residual dirt. But that is super, super cute. And you can customize. So you could do all the way down here. What I would do is put that on the angle and do each side individually, because that way it's easier to get it straight than trying to actually angle it. So I would put it in that way and then line up that space there. But super, super fun, quick project, amazing. All right, guys, bye.